And welcome to Exploring the Holos. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And let's get into the subject for this week. I'm very excited to get into this topic, and I've been doing a lot of work. So, today we're going to be talking about Metarationalism, the second book in the series for the Neogenian System by Morgue, the science of the new mind. And 1633, Galileo was persecuted and imprisoned for correctly stating that, or discovering that heliocentrism was the case instead of geocentrism. And he was persecuted because this did not align with Scripture and what the church said. And likewise, Giordano Bruno was also persecuted for expanding on his position and saying that the stars in the sky were also suns and had planets revolving around them that may have life. And I think he was extra persecuted and killed in a very brutal fashion. I think because he added the little qualifier on there that there was life on other planets. I know that religious people really don't like that one, from personal experience. And Bruno was charged with heresy in 1593 and condemned to a gruesome death. To silence his heretical tongue, a metal spike was driven up through his chin, and another one through his cheeks in the form of a cross, and then he was burned at the stake. So that was terrible. And before his death, he said, "I beg of you, reject antiquity, tradition, faith, and authority. Let us begin anew by doubting everything we assume to be proven. Truth does not change because it is or is not believed by a majority of the people." When you successfully reject faith, you must learn how to think. And that brings us to metarationalism. Metarationalism is a way to understand reality rationally through metaphysics. It's a rational way to understand metaphysics. Metarationalism isn't based on any human-invented logical system. It reveals the living mathematical system of existence and treats math as a living, striving substance. Over 100 years ago, physicists discovered that they could no longer describe reality using the rules of common physics. Geniuses like Broglie, Einstein, Planck, Bohm, and Schrödinger all realized this and began working in the field of metaphysics. Metaphysics goes beyond physics and deals with reality at a fundamental level. It's at this level that we can see particles behaving like waves rather than hard pellets. Hard pellets known as wave-particle duality in quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is the basis for metaphysics. Quantum mechanics deals with mechanics at a level that defies the classical mechanics of space and time. Ask, how does metarationalism differ from rationalism? Well, what is rationalism? Rationalism is a theory of knowledge that emphasizes reason as the ultimate source and test of knowledge. It operates on the belief that certain truths can be discerned through logical deduction, independent of sensory experience. You may think to yourself, that sounds good, right? What's wrong with that? Well, metarationalism is beyond just a theory of knowledge. Metarationalism is a comprehensive system positing that all reality is ultimately rooted in the mind. It incorporates rationalism and acknowledges reason as a primary tool of knowledge, but also integrates intuition, imperial methods, altered states of consciousness, in a phenomenological experiences to offer a holistic understanding of reality. Metarationalism is self-reflective, critically examining its own premises, and recognizes the limitations inherent in pure rational thought. So basically, what that's saying there is metarationalism is more encompassing. It also, it's holistic. So we're going to get information from everywhere, and we're going to put it through the PSR. which I'm also going to do a separate video on just the PSR, because I think that's, you may argue that it's not the most fundamental thing, but I think that is. I think the PSR is the cornerstone of this system. And I think if everybody understood the PSR, this planet would be much better. And it would, if not eliminate religion, it would definitely change it for the better. So, back to, sorry, this is all over the place. Quantum entanglement, or the spooky action at a distance, cannot be explained by physics. Once entangled, two particles affect the state of each other, no matter the distance, instantly, faster than the speed of light. So, the reason why I'm talking about this quantum entanglement is because Broglie, Einstein, Planck, and Bohm, and Schrödinger could not explain things like this with the system that was out at the time. They needed to come up with a new system, a new physics, and that's when they came up with metaphysics and quantum mechanics. So, Niels Bohr once said, if quantum mechanics hasn't shocked you, you haven't understood it yet. He also said, everything we regard as real is made of things that cannot be regarded as real. Max Planck, founder of quantum mechanics, stated, as a man who devoted his whole life to the most clear-headed science, to the study of matter, I can tell you, as a result of my research about atoms, this much: there is no matter as such. They were all appalled at the way matter was being taught. The way it's taught in schools today and back then is that matter is made out of atoms that are constructed of hard pellets and particles bumping into each other, and it's really much more chaotic than what it is in reality. And there's no proof that atoms are made of matter. And that's basically what they're saying in those statements, as there is no matter as what it was previously believed to be. Mind is all there is. Max Planck and Aaron Schrödinger also believed that consciousness was fundamental and matter was a derivative of consciousness. Metarationalism is a rational idealism. Well, I already kind of went into this. I don't know why I'm kind of out of it today. A lot of working this week. I did not go into idealism. Idealism is a position that everything is mind. So, metarationalism is a combination of rationalism and idealism. So it's like you're taking rationalism and you're adding the fact that everything is mind. And I think it's much more than that also. Another thing that they discovered in quantum mechanics that was a big factor in backing up their statements that everything is mind is the interaction problem that states that two substances that are not fundamentally alike cannot interact. This shows that reality is not a duality, but a monism. Everything must be made of the same substance. We strive to prove to you that mind is that substance. In reality, there is not. A lot of people get this idea in their head that there's the matter, the physical matter world, and then there's another world of mind or heaven or the afterlife or the source. The source and matter are one thing. This is a monism. Mind is everything. All the matter you see around you is mind. That is our position. That matter has never been shown to create mind. We can show that mind creates matter. And this is what they discovered 100 years ago. Over 100 years ago now. And it's never been taught because the system of science that we have can't explain it with sensory data. It can only explain through mathematical equations and Fourier mathematics. So it got too difficult to explain, and you're certainly going to have a hard time explaining this to school children. So they just went with the easier route, and breaking everything down to hard pellets is the easier way, but I don't think it's the right way. And it's led us down a path of idiocracy in this country, which needs to change. In this world, actually. Most people are empiricists, materialists, or religious. None of them can explain reality logically. Us neo-Genians can, using metarationalism, the most rational system, backed by the principle of sufficient reason. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a video specifically on the principle of sufficient reason, because I believe that is the most important. And I've only begun Metarationalism by Morgue, available right now on Amazon. It's available in the softcover, it's available in a hardcover, and it's also available on Kindle. I do like getting the physical books because it's a little easier on my eyes. And I like to have a physical thing, you know. I can always go back and get the Kindle. I can get, you know, I like to write in my books, which drives people crazy sometimes, but you can always get another book. So, I can't go into the great detail that Morgue goes into in this book. So I recommend getting the book for yourself and check out the Neo-Genian on YouTube. And also check out the Neo-Genian Oculus on YouTube. They just did a video. It would be last Saturday. They did a live stream, so they go into much more detail on the subject. I'm sure I missed a lot that they covered, and if you do already watch them, you're going to notice probably a lot of overlap. And so I do apologize on that. I don't know what their subjects are going to be ahead of time, but I usually write out my scripts and film these videos at least 5 days ahead of time. So I did actually just watch their video, their live stream last night. So Susan, I hope I did you and Philip justice. And that's all I got for Metarationalism for this week. And I'm not going to be doing videos on this book every single week. I want to keep this channel a little bit not just doing book reviews and stuff. I'd like to keep other stuff going on. So I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great week coming up, and be safe. Adas for my friends.